You know what they put on me.
What color does it look like I'm wearing? Exactly. I don't. Maybe they didn't put any on me. So. Okay, so let's take another caller. We've got Denise from Virginia.
Hi, Denise.
Hi.
Hey, what's happening?
I gotta say, I'm so jealous. You look so awesome, Lisa and Jay. You guys look awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I had some brand spanking new people who walked in the door not even knowing what this was all about. And what would you suggest for them to be their first step, being brand new and extravaganza only a week away, and just starting out of the gate?
Great.
I would get to supervisor. I mean, if they've got a strong reason, like what we were telling Kurt a minute ago, for you guys that are, you're in Denise's living room, think about what the reason is that you're there. What's in it for you? If all these people, I remember I kept thinking, if all these guys can make $5,000 and $10,000 a month, if they can all do that, surely I can make $1,000. And that's all I was looking for, is to make $1,000 a month and start chipping away and paying off those credit cards. But the beginning step, the real big step, is supervisor. And when you get the supervisor step done, the next thing to do is, because you're a supervisor, is go to Nashville. John Peterson, the #1 distributor in the world, John and Susan, I got this information. They said there's 3 things that you need to do. And the first one is to take the products. And take the products, and that's where all your confidence will come from. And when you believe in the products, it makes the business easy to do. Number 2 is to plug into the training. For all the reasons that we said, it'll make it easier. You'll learn not just the information, but you'll get the inspiration, you'll get the stories, you'll get all the pieces that you need. And then the third thing is to get your phone ringing, start talking to people, whether it's wearing the button or placing ads or doing all the stuff on the internet. It doesn't really matter what plan you're following, as long as you're following a plan that's making somebody money. So if you look at those 3 steps, and for you guys, you're brand new, you're thinking about, what do I do? Well, get to supervisor, get to eating that product right away, drink some herbal concentrate right now, and then get to the supervisor level and get to Nashville. And I guarantee you that weekend will completely change your life. So.
I'll just add too, another bit of information that we got through John Peterson also is that, the trainings really give you 3 things. First of all, they're going to give you a much bigger picture. So, I remember he talked about at very first, when we got his very first business pack, he envisioned dragging a red wagon around the neighborhood selling vitamin products. But you get to those events and you just get such a much bigger picture and much clearer picture of really what Herbalife is truly all about. You also do get the confidence. I guarantee that you will see someone who is in a similar situation as yourself that has just made it, and it's someone that you'll be able to go talk to and get some more information from. Another thing it does is it gives you a plan of action, really, of what to do. All of the trainers in Herbalife are the top, all of the trainers that are going to be in Nashville are the top producers and the top people in Herbalife, and they're going to be able to share that plan with you.
Okay, let's go to Greg from Denver.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
hey, what's happening?
You look awesome.
Well, thanks.
You do. I agree with Kurt. So you pretty much, you just answered my question. I actually was going to ask, for the brand new person, kind of what's the formula that you recommend? Once they make that commitment to become a supervisor, the kind of the formula. And you talked about the products, the training, and the phone ringing, which was my question. But can you talk a little bit about momentum and why this is a momentum business, and why it's so important to have a little bit of that going into Nashville, and then sustaining it and all that coming out of it? Can you talk a little bit about momentum?
Yeah, sure. Momentum. It's really like lifting weights. And if you lift weights, you gotta establish momentum. You gotta get it going first off. And if you're a bodybuilder and you're lifting weights, you gotta consistently just keep lifting the weights, doing the deal. And that's kind of what training is. And you just keep doing training after training. There's some quick start trainings and things coming up. I think there's some this weekend. Get whatever training. You guys are getting training right in your living room right now. But this is going to be the first big event. And the plan is going to be laid out in Nashville, event to event to event, and how to create and build momentum. So I guess to try to explain it all in a 2-minute little slot here, I can guarantee you that it's going to be explained in Nashville, because that's what it's going to be about. You're going to come out of that event with yourself and as many people as you can bring that want to change their life, and you'll be able to put the plan in place and go event to event, training to training. I mean, literally, you'll walk out of there the last day in May, or on the 5th of May, and you'll know exactly what to do until the end of May, and really until the end of the year. It'll be all mapped out for you, and to build as much momentum. But it is a momentum business for sure, and this will be a major step in creating momentum, especially if you had like 5 people sleeping on your hotel floor.
Okay, great.
So let's do this. We want to bring out Billy Garnett, who is going to be coming out and explaining a little bit about probably the neatest thing that I think I've heard of that we're going to be doing, Mark Hughes Day.
May is going to be a huge month with the extravaganza, and then Mark Hughes Day in May as well, and so Billy's going to explain more of that.
So he's going to come out, and let's welcome out the Vice President of Sales Technology.
Great.
Anyway, he knows all the details about all the internet and all the stuff going on. So Billy Garnett.
Hey guys.
Great.
Hey, what's
Hi,
happening?
Billy. Thanks for coming out.
Hey,
how are you?
Great job you guys are doing. And actually, before we did that, I was just looking at I just got a fax that I wanted to mention, and that is, it has to do with the internet. So if anybody wants to check how many entries they have at the sweepstakes to see if they're going to win the Mercedes.
Sure. Awesome. No, we've got it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't tell them about this. But you can go on herbalifecentral.com, and now if you're a supervisor, and you can find out how many entries you have in the sweepstakes right now. It actually started yesterday.
Cool. Oh, great.
So that's just one quick fax that we got just before we started the show.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, thanks for sharing that. So tell us a little bit about Mark Hughes Day and what's going to be taking place and when it is.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do, and we've done a lot of talking about this and all that, but on May 21st, starting at midnight LA time, Pacific Daylight Time, we're going to start 24 hours of Mark Hughes Day on the internet. And it's actually, in talking to a bunch of people, Mark always liked a big audience. And I think this is probably the best way we can get to the biggest audience in the world is via the internet. So it's going to start in Hong Kong, 8 hours from Hong Kong, and Queenie Leong and the Kims and Michiko Jaeger and Doran Andre and a lot of the guys who have business in Asia are going to be hosting from Hong Kong. And then we're going to show some of the trainings that Mark did while he was in that part of the world, from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Australia, and all that. And then after that 8 hours, we're going to move to London, and we're going to do the same thing with Europe. And Alan and Carol Lorenz are going to be hosting from a studio in London. And we're going to show trainings from Europe. And a lot of people say that one of the most amazing events in the history of Herbalife was Barcelona in 1993. So we're going to show a lot of highlights from Barcelona. And then the last 8 hours, we're going to come here, right back here to the studio in Los Angeles, and we're going to do the last 8 hours from here. And John Tartle's going to host from here, and we're bringing in a lot of the guys who sort of helped Mark start the thing. Dennis Dowdell, Frank Lutz, Hal Koppel, Paco Perez, Mark's first employee. And again, we're going to show trainings that Mark did over the years in the US and South America, Canada. And it's really going to be a day where we're going to be able to see the positive effect that Mark had by starting Herbalife, and the positive effect he had on millions of people around the world. So, I mean, that's basically the rundown. We're going to be taking live calls through the 24 hours. So anybody, just a regular HBN number, you can call in, and if anytime during the 24 hours, you can talk to the people in Hong Kong or the people in London. And it's really just a way to link everyone in Herbalife around the world together on this day.
That's amazing. That'll be a great day.
Yeah, our living room will be full. We'll have everybody over. We'll be dialing in.
Yep.
So, and then what do they need to do if they've got a dish they can watch it, or do they need?
Well, no, it's only on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And basically what you need to do, and we're going to actually show you how to do this, but if you go to herbalife.com, okay, just go to the regular homepage, and then you go to where it says HBN, and you just click on where it says HBN. We're doing it actually right now. You click on the HBN link, and then you go to the HBN page, and then you click on View Live Programming. And then what will come up is, your choice of language. And actually, this is interesting because this is the first time, I believe, that anybody has done 14 languages of one broadcast on the internet. So Herbalife, again, is setting a record.
That's amazing, yeah.
So you'll be able to click on your link, and it depends on, what phone speed you have, DSL or 56.6, and then you click on there, And, well, I guess that's us right now on the internet. And that's what will happen, so that, you'll be able to see the whole program, and again, whatever language you want, and again, 14 languages. We're going to be in Spanish, we're going to be in French, we're going to be in Mandarin and Cantonese and Japanese and Korean and Portuguese and every other language that we do. So that's basically how you do it. And bottom line is, you need a computer, and you need Real Player 8, which if you go to HBN, you can actually download the Real Player 8 for free. So it's, and it steps you through it and tells you how to load it onto your computer.
And I've done it.
Yeah.
So if I can do it, anybody can do it, I'm telling you.
And really, the better the phone line, the better the reception of the thing. But really, all you need is a 56.6K modem and Windows 95 or better, and you need Internet Explorer 4.01 or later, or Netscape 4.05 or later, and you'll be able to watch the whole 24 hours.
Cool.
Wow.
And if you don't have a computer, that's part of the 21 prizes. There's going to be some laptops and things like that given away. So when you're in Nashville, and of course if you get to Supervisor and get to Nashville and build your business, you'll be able to buy a computer if you don't have one. So,
well, and speaking of which, in Nashville, I think that there's going to be a lot of announcements in Nashville, but there may be some announcements having to do with computers and internet and so on and so forth. So there's going to be a lot of announcements that may help people watch this. So.
Tell us more.
No, I can't. I got to wait for Nashville.
I have to be in Nashville in order to find out.
The other thing I wanted to mention is, if people want to sort of participate in this, obviously you can phone in, but we're also going to take emails, and we're actually taking emails right now. And if you email at hbn@herbalife.com, and you have any pictures that you want to send us, actually Larry Ward sent me some tape that he shot of Mark on a vacation a couple of years ago, and it's a video that nobody's ever seen before. But anybody who has any stories or pictures or anything like that, and actually I got this the other day, and it's really kind of one of the special kind of things you get, and it's actually from an employee at the home office. But if I can read it just for a minute, I would like to share how grateful I am to be part of the Herbalife team. Ever since I started with the company in October 1994, Mark and Herbalife have been nothing but generous to me. I originally worked in the publications department, where it was always such a positive place to be. Every day I would open letters from around the world and see the pictures and read the stories of how Mark and Herbalife had changed someone's life for the better. Mark truly was one of the most generous men I had ever met. He gave generously to everyone in his path. It is no mystery to me why Herbalife became such a successful company. And like the old adage goes, what goes around comes around. Mark spread his wealth around to everyone, and wealth came right back to him. And that's from Paula Gonzalez, who works in the strategic planning department here at the home office in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mark definitely had that effect on everybody, for sure. I mean, it's amazing. What an inspiration. And he's if a guy like that can do it and build a company like this, it certainly gave us a lot of inspiration. It is amazing. Millions of people now have been affected. So, well, let's take some more calls.
Okay, great.
And who do we have, please?
We have Miriam from Houston. Hi, Miriam.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Miriam.
Hi. Hola y felicitaciones. Soy muy nueva en la empresa.
I'm very new here. Je suis très nouvelle ici. Je viens juste. What should I do to become a supervisor before the end of the month? What do you suggest I do?
Okay, well, great question. Well, I went over, lots of different options for you.
Je peux vous parler de.
Oh, okay. But I went over lots of different options for you to be able to become supervisor. So it's just a matter of, what fits you the best. If the very best way that we shared was through the buddy system. If you know a friend or a couple of other friends that want to start in the business with you, then you'll all become supervisor at the same time. You could all go to Nashville, and Jay said every person that you have, you add $1,000 to your check. So you could be adding $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just by taking, those supervisors that broke in that original.